The Friday night action continues on September 18th as the Mets take on the Florida Marlins. So bring a Pepsi and show up at Shea for free.
Well, back here at Shea Stadium.
It's time for the Coors Light Silver Bullet sixth. Candy Blackwell from New Jersey is today's lucky fan. So if the Mets hit a home run this inning, Candy gets dinner for two at a participating Brother Jimmy's. And Turk Wendell certainly not happy. He gave up 3 straight hits, actually 4 when you count the infield hit by Jones, and a couple of balls, one in particular, that were not played in the outfield.
And Harris fouls the first pitch off from Butler. 0-1 on Lenny Harris. Bobby Valentine talking to Brian McRae. I'm sure they're talking about that fly ball to right center field. And the 0-1 pitch as Harris fouls it back. It's 0-2 now. 7-6. The Braves have taken the lead. 5 runs in the bottom or on the top of this inning. And now for the Mets, it'll be Harris. He pops the ball up in foul territory. Perez going back and makes the grab, 1 down. So Lenny Harris popping out in foul territory. That'll bring up Tony Phillips. He'll be followed by Edgardo Alfonso here in the bottom of the 6th.
The new pitcher for the Braves, by the way, is Adam Butler, who was just called up. He was officially placed on the roster this morning. He had gone down to Richmond for the 2nd time this season 2 weeks ago. This is his 7th game with the Braves. He was 3-7 at Richmond with 12 saves.
He's got to be nasty on left-handers with that delivery. Turk Wendell, not a happy camper. The Mets gave up 5 runs in the top of the 6th inning. They're now trailing by 1 as Tony Phillips pops the ball up in foul territory. Galarraga over by the stands, and it's out of play. So 1-1 on Tony Phillips. He's 2 for 3. He has a solo home run and a single.
The Turk's frustration obviously to do with himself as well as over a couple of balls that were not handled in the outfield. Turk, of course, had been pitching so well lately, but did not retire a batter without help from the infield. Luis Lopez, of course, throwing a runner out at the plate to end the inning.
1-2 on Phillips. Luis Lopez having a big day with the bat. He's driven in 4 runs. The Mets will need more. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Phillips. Outside, 2-2. All of a sudden, it's gotten quiet here at Shea Stadium. Just tuned in. We had a long rain delay earlier in the ball game in the 4th inning. Bobby Cox, the manager of the Braves, looking on. As you mentioned earlier, how his expression never changes. Phillips fouls the ball back. Lenny Harris entered this ball game on a double switch. A quiet Met dugout.
Butch Husky available to pinch hit. Bobby Valentine was saying before the game that as far as Butch playing right field is concerned and running, well, there were a lot of major league scouts, Mets major league scouts, who were in this weekend, who were at the game on Friday night that Butch started. And they pretty well felt that Butch just wasn't ready to contribute with anything other than the bat right now.
Ball 4, so the Mets have a runner in Tony Phillips with 1 out here in the 6th.
Well, make sure to tune in tomorrow on Fox Sports New York as the Mets and the Phillies open a 3-game series. We'll have them all for you from the Vet in Philadelphia. Matt Loughlin has Cannon Mets game time at 6:30. And then the Mets and the Phillies, first of a 3-game series. Hideo Nomo will face former Met Paul Byrd right here on Fox Sports New York.
Edgardo Alfonzo will be the batter. Butler checks Phillips at first base. Watching all the action this afternoon on Fox Sports New York. We'll be back at you. All 3 games from Philly. Swung on and missed. There's a strike. And then the first game in Montreal. Fox Sports New York will bring you that action. And all 4 games in Houston. Oh, and 1 on Alfonzo. He fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes. He's been on fire. He was on fire in the month of August. And John Olerud has been swinging a consistent bat all year. 0-2 on Alfonzo, who's now batting .277. He has 15 home runs this year, and he has 70 runs driven in. 0 for 3 today, and he takes outside 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Butler outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. For a right-hander, when he throws that curveball, when you commit, it's tough to adjust. Throws that breaking ball from the side. Tries to backdoor you with that ball. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 outs.
First baseman John Olerud.
So Adam Butler picking up his first strikeout of the afternoon as he gets Alfonzo with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Butler dropping down to get Alfonzo.
And now Butler will take on John Olerud. Inside, 1-0. Olerud hangs in there against all left-handers. He's 1 for 2 today, batting .341. He's in a dogfight for that hitting crown, for the batting crown. Let's not forget Tony Gwynn, who does not appear in the top 5, but he's hovering around, and he can be making his move shortly. A little bit less than a month of the season remains. Phillips leads off first. Olerud, base hit right field. Phillips will hold on at second base as Gerald Williams gets the ball back in. So the Mets have runners on first and second with 2 men out, and the batter Mike Piazza.
Now will he hit against this young left-hander Butler? No chance. Tommy Cox didn't waste any time getting out of the dugout.
He's bringing in another left-hander to pitch to Piazza. Well, the signs since Mike has come back from the West Coast swing, and the reaction from the fans here at Shea has certainly been extremely positive. So Butler's out of the ball game. We have a 7-6 ball game. Braves on top of the Mets. Bobby Cox making a switch, and we'll be back.
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Chez Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shay's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
This ain't Altoona or Pawtucket, kid, no. Now you're pouring beer in the show. Not just any beer, either. We're talking big leagues, kid. We're talking Coors Light. Wearing this tray out there is like waving a red flag at a bull. 40,000 thirsty fans looking for the coldest beer around. The Rocky Mountain refreshment of frost-brewed Coors Light. Think you can handle it, kid?
Yeah.
Hey, beer man! Go, beer man! Free right here! Beer man! I'm here, man! Rookies.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette. The first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
New York Mets baseball is brought to you in part by Discover Card. It pays to discover, accepted where you see the Novus sign. So, interesting move by Bobby Cox. He takes 25-year-old rookie left-hander Adam Butler out of the game, and instead will allow 20-year-old left-hand rookie Odalis Perez to make his 3rd big league appearance to face Mike Piazza with runners at first and second, 2 outs. And the Mets trailing Atlanta 7-6.
And Piazza 2 for 2 in his game, a double and a single. He's also walked. Perez's first pitch. Called strike.
A breaking ball at the knees.
Are we sure it was at the knees?
Piazza's got low knees, according to home plate up Mark Hirschbeck.
So it's 0-1 on Piazza. Cubs have lost their game this afternoon in St. Louis 3-2. The 0-1 pitch. There's a hard hit ball to short. Guillen flips to second. They get the force. That'll do it for the Mets. They get a score. They strand 2. 3 played 6 here at Shea. The Braves have the lead, and we'll be back.
And this time there's something new. Now there's a wind tunnel by Hoover that's self-propelled, so it almost works by itself. Tests show wind tunnel picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright.
Hoover, nobody.
And now you can get one that's self-propelled. Self-propelled wind tunnel.
A month ago, my son Charlie drew a family portrait. I was the one on the couch. That's when I started taking Ginsana, a natural supplement. Ginsana every day gives me energy that lasts. Clinical proof says the pure ginseng in Ginsana helps my body use oxygen better to keep my natural energy going. All I know is I can feel it. And with more energy to go around, there's more of me to go around.
Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana.
Where were you on August 5th, 1998?
Gets that curveball hard to over to second. They go to second for 1 up back to first. It's on the plate. Got a triple play. How about that? A Mets triple play.
Well, tomorrow, John Olerud and the Mets will continue their wild card pursuit against the Philadelphia Phillies as they go to the vet. First of 3 games. We'll have them all for you here on Fox Sports New York, including Wednesdays. Rico Brogna, the former Met, against Mike Piazza, and the current Mets. Another 7 o'clock showdown on Fox Sports New York.
Andres Galarraga gets a high fly ball, shallow right field. Lopez under it, makes the grab, 1 down. Galarraga 0 for 4 today. But Luis Lopez has 4 RBIs in this game. Mets trailing 7-6 here in the top of the 7th inning.
All of the runs have come against the Mets bullpen. Masato Yoshii pitched 3 scoreless innings, and then the rain came.
Outside to Ryan Klesko, 1-0. Klesko 0 for 1 in his game. He also has 2 walks and scored a run. He took inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
2 of the runs were charge to the account of Willie Blair, 3 to Rigo Beltran, and the last 2 to Turk Wendell.
Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Klesko with 17 home runs this year. Just missed that pitch. 3-1. Or just a few years ago, well, I shouldn't say a few, but the Braves struggling in Atlanta, nobody going out to the ballpark. They put together a winning organization, and the place is jammed now. Klesko takes ball 4, so Ryan Klesko walks, and the Braves have a base runner as Bobby Cox flashes signs to third base coach Bobby Dukes.
Well, the uprising against Bobby Valentine's Mets began in the 6th inning with 2 out, nobody on, and Andrew Jones at the plate against Rigo Beltran. Beltran to that point had retired 7 in a row. Then he got a fastball middle in on Jones, and he launched it into the Braves bullpen.
He won't launch this into the pin. It should be a 5. But they get the force at second base. Lopez dropping the ball as he tried to get out his glove. It looked like Klesko might have hurt his leg as he seems to be limping off the field.
Klesko had veered off the base path away from Lopez, and it was on the transfer that Lopez dropped the ball. He wasn't even challenged by Klesko. See if Klesko might have hurt his leg at all going down the line here. The ball hit to Alfonso at third, and Klesko just getting out of the way of Luis Lopez. It still appeared, didn't he reach for his right hamstring there, I think? Looked like he grabbed his right leg.
Yeah, look at now, he's going to stretch it. Eddie Perez, the batter, with Andrew Jones on first base. Braves don't want to lose Klesko for an extended period here in September. They're preparing now for the playoffs. Perez drives the ball left field. Phillips loves it. Nice play by Tony Phillips. And Andrew Jones forgot the outs. He started back to first base, but the Braves are out. Jones is stranded as we go to the bottom of 7th and 7-6 Braves.
John Lithgow performs the Discover Card Dial-Along song.
An extemporaneous piece.
Provided for your dialing pleasure while you call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2 and apply for your Discover Card, the card with the cashback bonus award that always pays you back.
That was a nice surprise.
And that's music to everyone's ears. It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
At Geico, we settle claims quickly so you can get your car back, because no one likes to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Paying too much for car insurance isn't any smarter. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Goodbye, 1999.
There are a lot of people preparing for the year 2000.
Ammo, food, Mitsubishi big screen.
Or the year 00, depending on your point of view. So is Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Nobody panic. This is what we prepared for.
Right now, get a brand new Mitsubishi big screen and pay nothing until January 2000. Happy New Millennium. From Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
Yeah, Peach.
College football Saturday. Heisman hopefuls, championship contenders, classic rivalries. All season long on Fox Sports New York.
New York Mets baseball is brought to you in part by the Time, the bank that's with you all the way. You've been with us all the way. You've been through a lot of rain because we were delayed an hour and 48 minutes by rain after the third inning had concluded. The Mets had a 4-0 lead then. They rebuilt it to 6-2 going to the 6th when the Braves scored 5. So 7-6 Atlanta as we go to the last of the 7th.
And Brian McRae leads it off. 1 for 2. He has an RBI single. He's been hit by a pitch, and he takes ball 1. Mets need a base runner to tie this game. Ryan Klesko stays in the ball game, even with the sensitive hamstring, and McRae fouls it back. 1-1. McRae with 20 home runs, 70 RBIs. He has scored 73 runs. As you see, 1 for 2 in this game. And he takes a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brian McRae. The Cubbies losing their ball game this afternoon in St. Louis, 3-2. Mark McGwire, home run number 61. Perez to first, nice play. Falling down, he throws a strike to Galarraga. 1 down.
Well, that's a difficult play for all the obvious reasons, because the ball was slowly hit and McRae has good speed. But even with the tarp on the field, you know, there's still some moisture that gets under there, which makes the footing a little bit perilous, as Odalis Perez finds out. He was off balance and then lost his footing altogether, but still got a lot on that throw to get a speedy base runner. Again, slowly hit. McRae runs very well, and just after launching the throw, Perez had his, I was going to say, skates give out from under him.
Yeah, watch his heel. It looks like he gives out. I mean, this is a nice play because he was falling. You didn't see his heel. You saw Brian McRae's heels. And he gets Brian McRae, a guy with good speed at first base. So 1 man out. The batter now, Jay Payton.
Payton batting for Turk Wendell.
Mets need a run to tie. They trail 7-6. Payton steps out. Home plate umpire Mark Hirschbeck talking to Bobby Valentine.
Help it translate. He's okay.
Won't even guess what that one's about.
Payton, it's a ground ball to second base. Scored 4-3, 2 down. Raffanino making a play, flipping to Galarraga.
Second baseman,
Remember some of that conversation between Bobby Valentine and Mark Hirschbeck, whatever the content, might well have been rooted in Arrigo Beltran duel with Ozzie Guillen earlier in the game, when he walked Guillen after a couple of close pitches that Bobby and Hirschbeck did not agree upon. Guess who won that battle?
This guy,
Mark
Hirschbeck.
He's got the last word.
Luis Lopez fouls the ball back. 0-1. Lopez, with 4 RBIs today, has tied his career best in 1 game. There's a 2-run home run and a double, driving in 2 runs. He's 2 for 3. And there's a ball. So it's 1-1 on Lopez. And the 1-1 pitch to Lopez. Up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 2-2. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Odalis Perez out of the Dominican Republic. He just turned 20 years of age back in June. Last year in A-ball, he was dominant. Used out of the bullpen exclusively. Struck out 100 batters in 87 1/3 innings last year.
And the 2-2 pitch to Lopez. He hits a line drive in left field, but right at Ryan Klesko, and that'll do it for the Mets here in the 7th. They fail to score. We played 7 here at Shea. The Braves have a 1-run lead. We'll be back.
What you want is a great selection of cars
cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because doing Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low, zero-down financing on Ford Taurus. Plus, get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low, zero-down financing and $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Go, baby, go! Go, baby, go, baby, go! Go, baby! Go! Woo! Go, baby, go! Inhibitions, leave them in the car. Go, baby, go.
Come on out to Belmont Park. Fall season starts Friday, September 11th. Watch Saturday's Man of War Stakes and get a free Belmont baseball cap. The New York Racing Association at Belmont Park. What a ride.
We get busy. Action. Reaction.
Oh, baby.
Woo. Sports satisfaction.
Fox Sports News. Prime time.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox Sports New York.
Well, Bobby Valentine looking at his scorecard. He needs a run. His Mets trail the Braves 7-6. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. Greg McMichael now on in relief. 10 hits for the Mets, 9 for the Braves. And coming back in with the play-by-play, Howie Rowe.
All right, thank you, Fran. It's been a little while since we've seen Greg McMichael. He hasn't pitched since the 30th of August because his back has been kind of cranky. McMichael's had some back spasms. And so he will come out of the bullpen, and you think that little one minded the hour and 48-minute rain delay? Probably got her all kinds of cotton candy, whatever hot dogs you might have left over. And McMichael now will make his 56th appearance of the year. Go after Ozzie Guillen. And the pitcher's spot due up next. They've got a pinch hitter on deck as Guillen fouls the first pitch off his foot. 0-1 to Ozzie. That's Curtis Pride, a former Met farmhand. He's on deck to bat for Odalis Perez. Did himself well when he came on to get Piazza with 2 on and 2 out in the 6th. Then he worked a 1-2-3-7. So Ozzie Guillen now with the Braves leading 7-6. A game New York led 4-0 and 6-2. Guillen's had 3 productive plate appearances, a single, a sacrifice fly, and he walked and scored in the 6th inning. McMichael's 0-1. Lifted to left. In comes Phillips. That's a fair ball. Guillen a big turn halfway down the line before going back to first base.
Good inning by Guillen. Hitting them where they hit. The Mets played him perfectly. He just dunked the ball in. And the Braves have their leadoff man on here in the 8th inning. Watch this. That's good hitting right there. And the ball drops in front of Tony Phillips. He couldn't have thrown the ball out there better than that.
So again, a base runner leading off, and that'll bring up the pinch hitter Curtis Pride, who was recalled from Richmond a week ago today. At 244 with a couple of home runs down in AAA, and he pulls the bat back there 1-0. What an 0 on Pride. Guillen leading from first. A chopper. Lopez will take it himself.
Yeah, that's a good play by Lopez. Very good play. Coming behind Olerud and making the grab.
It does get Guillen into scoring position with 1 out and brings up Gerald Williams, who was batting in Michael Tucker's original spot when Williams provided the Coors Light play of the day.
Yeah, Wendell threw a slider, and Gerald Williams hit a fly ball. Looked like Brian McRae didn't pick it up. And Lenny Harris calling for it all the way, was busting it, just couldn't get to it. You see him take a look at Brian McRae and then dove for the ball. And that's our Coors Light play of the game.
Williams getting credit for a 2-run triple. Takes a strike, and however slow the footing might be out there, I think the bigger factor on that play was McRae's inability to pick the ball up off the bat, because Harris was chugging pretty hard and covering as much ground as he could even on the slow track. I just don't think Brian saw it off the bat. So Guillen at second. It'll be an 0-1 pitch. And McMichael misses away. Michael Tucker started the game in the leadoff spot and in right field and went 0 for 2. Williams flied to center before his triple. Braves 7 runs, 10 hits. The Mets 6 runs, 10 hits. No errors today. And the 1-1 fouled away. So ball and a 2-strike count on Gerald Williams with Tony Graffinino behind him in the Atlanta batting order. See McRae well over into left center, playing Gerald Williams to pull, as he was last time when Williams hit it to right center. What made the play even that much more perilous for McRae, the fact that he had so much ground to cover. And the 1-2 delivery. Piazza had it roll off his chest, and on to third goes Guillen.
A good hustle by Ozzie Guillen.
Michael with that changeup in the dirt.
Once that ball hits the dirt, if a base runner has good reactions, he can break immediately. There's no catcher to get to that ball and throw the runner out, even though you keep it in front of you. In this case, off to the side. It used to be you would intimidate the runner by blocking the ball, but not any longer. These guys that are quick, see that immediately breaks. You can't throw them out. It used to be when a catcher would let that ball hit off his chest protector, it seemed to keep the runner at the base.
So 2-2 on Williams. The infield creeps in, and a liner. Ordonez snags it, an easy double play. So the infield was moving in on the delivery by McMichael, and Ordonez had it hit right at him. And so the Mets out of the inning, no runs, 1 hit. Remember, the Mets are only down a run. This can be a huge play.
This might be a good time to talk about the Michelin X1. Thanks to Michelin technology, it gives you long mileage and better wet braking than any rain tire. And that should make everyone on a wet road happy. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
Oh, that's the fire in my brain! Stabbing me! Agony! I can't stand this torture! This torment! I can't stand it! I won't! I won't! I won't!
Call Tri-State at 1-800-JOIN-NOW.
The best way to keep in touch with your team is through the official Mets website. There's something for everyone, from player biographies and roster moves to trivia and series previews. You can even chat live with players on select days. And if you can't get to the game, let the game come to you. All the Mets game action is right there on the web. So log on today to the Mets website. The address is www.mets.com.
Attention sports junkies. Finally, you can watch sports 24 hours a day and pass it off as research. Fox Sports Net is introducing a brand new game show, and they're looking for contestants now. So if you've got mad sports knowledge, then you're ready for the Ultimate Fan League. For contestant information, call 1-888-448-4UFL or send an email to foxufl@aol.com. All right, the Mets down 1 as we go to the last of the 8th inning here. The Cubs have lost, so the Mets with an opportunity to get even in the wild card. And even though they had leads of 4-0 and 6-2, they're going to have to come from behind to do it. But now they're into the latter stages of the ball game, which means the latter portion of the Braves bullpen, which has been a problem for them most of the year. Although, in fairness to Kerry Lightenberg, the closer, he's done well until recently. This kid, John Rocker, throws hard. So Bobby Cox going to his rookie left-hander, John Rocker, who throws a fastball over 90 and high to Ordonez. Ordonez has hit the ball in the air 3 times to Andrew Jones in center.
Well, the Braves have been in the market for a short man out of the bullpen since Mark Wohlers had some troubles and now is in the minor leagues.
So Rocker went outside with a first, one inside with a second.
Too bad for Bobby Cox about Mark Wohlers because Wohlers intimidated the National League hitters.
Ordonez taking. It's 2-1. And with a left-hander on the mound, we mentioned to you before that Butch Husky is available for pinch hitting duty. And Butch is out on deck. Ordonez laid on the fastball, fouls it the other way. Now the count 2-2. So Ray trying to get something going here in the 8th inning. After Ordonez, Lenny Harris's spot, but that's Husky on deck, and then Tony Phillips behind him. It'll be a 2-2 to Ordonez. Got him. So Ordonez now 0 for 4, 1 away in the 8th inning. And Husky will hit for Harris.
Hitting for Lenny Harris, number 42, Butch Husky.
Well, Rocker with that good fastball. If Husky get the head of the bat out there and make contact, good chance he could drive one out of here. It's been a tough year for Butch Husky, fighting off injuries.
Takes a strike with a fastball, 0-1. Which started Friday night, was lifted after 4 innings. He had gone 0 for 2 at the plate. Again, the Mets felt that Butch just wasn't running well enough yet. Stay and give him 9 innings in the outfield. Talked to Butch briefly before the game. He feels he's ready. He wants to tough it through. He pulls it to Andrew Jones, pardon me, Chipper Jones at third. And Husky retired, 2 men away. So Rocker's got the first 2 Mets here in the 8th inning. Back to the top of the order now, and Tony Phillips. It is not raining here again. That's just some water from the earlier rainfall dripping off the roof of the Mets dugout. Boy, what this place looked like at about 2:30, 2:45 this afternoon. That's bright sunshine compared to what we had then. You wouldn't know it was afternoon. The way the skies darkened. Phillips provided some sunshine early with a home run in the 2nd inning. Also has a single and a walk in 4 plate appearances. He struck out in the 1st. The Braves bullpen has now retired 6 consecutive Mets. Rocker with the first 2 here in the 8th inning. Phillips got a piece, also got a piece of Eddie Perez. It's 0-2.
That's unusual when that foul ball hits you in a chest protector and knocks you back like that.
Of course, when the guy's throwing 93, 94, does that enter into it?
I guess so. I mean, it's you know, rarely do you see it when it hits a chest protector. It'll jar you, but really doesn't knock you back. Boom.
Outside to Phillips, so Rocker took something off the first pitch that he's thrown in this inning that's been under 90 miles per hour. Don Rocker will turn 24 years of age in October. He's a Georgian kid. So certainly a hometown product as far as the Atlanta Braves are concerned. Born in Statesboro, Georgia, now makes his home in Macon.
Mentioned the other night how he reminds you a little bit facially of Steve Avery. Right now the trainer going out to talk to Perez. He got walloped with that foul ball hard enough to knock him back. Bobby Cox. Bobby's running well.
You know, I'll tell you what, if you remember Bobby Cox from the last, well, you go back about 3 or 4 years, I guess. Remember, he's had his knees replaced since then, and he had an awful time going from the dugout to the mound. He's just about able to sprint now.
He's brand new. Bobby Cox was kind enough to throw me batting practice years ago when he was a coach of the Yankees. Didn't help. Ooh, look at that foul ball.
So Rocker rocked Perez. But Eddie back in business, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tony Phillips. It's a big boy, John Rocker, 6'4", 210. He gets every ounce of it into that fastball. Just what Perez needed. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So he had to go down and block the ball because of the 2 strikes.
One of the trainers got to smile.
When you get hit like that, you don't want to see anybody smiling. He has to block it, he does. It's got to be crazy to be a catcher.
You know, I've got newfound respect for you. You were telling me all these years how easy it was back there, and look what those guys go through.
You know, I always felt it was a lot safer back then than, say, playing third base, no bad hops and things like that. The best one is when you get hit, and you get hit hard, and you're down on the ground, and they come out and they say, "What's your name? Where are you?" I mean, you're in pain. Hey, it's Ethel. Yeah, Ethel. That's a waste of time.
That's not ethyl chloride there?
Sure.
And away. She returns. Now describe that feeling when Ethel hits you.
It's just cold. Then it wears off. It's still painful. Even the cold feeling. How about Javi Lopez is completely dressed and ready to catch you in the dugout. Mike Diaz is saying, "I'm glad it's not me. I've had enough."
He has had enough. But Javi Lopez, the #1 guy, and Perez, the backup catcher, personal catcher to Greg Maddux, getting a workout with John Rocker on the mound here in the last of the 8th inning. 2-2 to Phillips with 2 out, nobody on. Outside, full count. Behind Phillips, Edgardo Alfonzo. Each side with 10 hits. Braves with an extra run. Does look a little like Steve Avery.
Sure does. Steve Avery now pitching with those Bo Sox who are struggling.
And the payoff pitch missed. So Rocker was ahead of Phillips, 0-2. Now Tony represents the tying run, and the potential go-ahead run will come to the plate in Edgardo Alfonzo.
And Rocker has Leo Mazzoni rocking.
Listen, you could pitch a no-hitter for Leo Mazzoni and he'd still be rocking. So Alfonzo has had a rough day. He's been up 4 times. He has struck out 3 and also popped to second. He had a timely home run on the West Coast to win a game at Dodger Stadium with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Here there are 2 outs in the 8th. 1 ball, no strikes. So that's 5 in a row out of the strike zone now. Let's count those foul balls in there that killed Perez. Inside. Oh, his off-speed pitch missed. And now the plate jumping around on young Mr. Rocker. And after Alfonzo, you've got Olerud, and if it gets farther than John, Mike Piazza.
That's what they call a cripple pitch in baseball when you have to throw a heater.
On the outside corner. That's a good spot for a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Outside corner at the knees. Won't make Bobby Cox look any more festive. It'll keep Mazzoni rocking and Valentine on the top step. That fastball missed. It's 3-1. So more concern for the Braves manager, Bobby Cox. Phillips' bluff doesn't go. And now a full count, which means Phillips will be running. Gary Lightenberg is the Atlanta closer. He may get a call imminently, depending on what Alfonzo does. Automatic start. Phillips on the move. Alfonzo couldn't get around on it. And that's a souvenir. Phillips will have to come back and start all over again, as with John Rocker. Everybody Braves would go out and get a big-name veteran closer.
They tried. Nobody available. If you have a big-name veteran closer who has real good stuff, you're not going to trade him.
Phillips running. Alfonso hits it deep left field. Klesko to the wall. That's the better. Alfonso has done it again. The Mets are leading 8-7. Alfonso just rocked Rocker. And Shea Stadium's rocking too. The Mets do it again. More late inning magic. Klesko got the worst of a collision with the wall. The baseball got the worst of the collision with Alfonso's bat.
I think Klesko hurt either his wrist or his hand. That could be a major problem for the Braves if they lose him. But Rocker hung a breaking ball. They want a curtain call. Shades of the 80s here at Shea.
So Alfonso providing more long ball heroics. And it's John Olerud taking the fastball.
Rocker hung a breaking ball, and Alfonso drives the ball over the wall. And a curtain call for Edgardo Alfonso here at Shea.
Inside 2-0.
He was on fire for about a month, and watch this. The hanger, and Alfonso gets ahead of the bat out there, drives over the wall, and Klesko hurt either his wrist or his hand jumping up off that left field wall.
2-1 to Olerud. The home run by Alfonso giving him 72 ribbies, which ties a career high.
Yeah, Klesko, that ball was gone. He really shouldn't have jumped on that wall. Bobby Valentine did it in Anaheim and broke his leg when he was a player. Jumping up on a left center field fence.
Larry Vanover, the third base up, charging a strike to Olerud.
I'm sure Bobby Valentine had a flashback when he saw Klesko go up on top of that wall.
And Olerud is robbed by Galarraga. So the side retired, but the damage done. Edgardo Alfonso won a game against the Dodgers with a home run out west. If the Mets can get 3 outs in the ninth, they'll have done it here at Shea. Come on back.
Precision engineering. Performance that nails you to your seat. But enough about the high-performance computers they'll work directly with Ford to build. What can we build yours to do? Call and for just $19.99, we'll build you this Dell Dimension XPS with an Intel Pentium 2 processor at 350 megahertz, 64 megs of SD RAM, a 10-gig hard drive, an internal iOmega zip drive, and Microsoft Windows 98, a large screen monitor, 3-year limited warranty, plus 1 year next business day at-home service. The Dell Dimension XPS with an Intel Pentium 2 processor at 350 megahertz for only $19.99. Let nothing stand between you and pure performance. Be direct. Dell.
A cavatelli and a zesty tomato sauce.
This is my son.
Zesty tomato sauce.
The actor.
We have a
He's going to be big.
with a zesty tomato
Very
sauce.
big.
Waiter.
Of course, it's going to take 4 years of acting school.
Excuse me.
At $100,000.
Hey.
That's $100,000. 5 zeros.
Good evening, madam. Ma'am. Ms. We have a cavatelli in a zesty tomato sauce.
He better be big.
Call for our new low rates.
Victory dance? Or sudden death? The Ultimate Fan League, coming to Fox Sports Net.
Butch Husky, by the way, stays in the game in right field. So Tony Graffinino, Chipper Jones, and Andres Galarraga, the batters for the Braves. Franco ahead, 0-1. Raffanino 0 for 4 in his career against John. Tony did not start this game. Marty Malloy did. Mets led this game 4-0 and 6-2 until the Braves came from behind with 5 in the 6th to move in front. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Klesko would be a 4th this inning if the Braves get it that far. Did he swing? He certainly did, says Bruce Fleming. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Franco has rebounded beautifully after a miserable July. Outstanding in August. And now here in September, it's John Rocker, the Braves reliever, who stands to lose this game. Talked about all the speculation. Would the Braves go out and get accomplished relief help? They did not. And their kids lately have let them down. Could be a factor in postseason. The 1-2 to Graffanino. Bounce to the hole. Put by Alfonso. 1 man away. Graffanino retired. Chipper Jones coming up. Well, Franco's got the first one. Now he'll go after Chipper. Mookie Wilson will adjust the outfield defense. Butch Husky taking several steps back and moving over a little closer to the line, although he's nowhere near the right field line. Even further over towards the right center field gap. Brian McCray took a step or 2 back as well. Remember, Chipper much more powerful from the left side. 0-1 now to Jones.
This is the time of the ball game when the catch and target's very important, because John Franco will tantalize hitters. When he has his good stuff, he stays off that plate. He stays down in the strike zone.
As he was there, 0-2. He's thrown a lot of fastballs. He's got that changeup that you just saw. And he'll also throw the occasional slider. No balls, 2 strikes to Chipper Jones. 1 out of the 9th. 8-7 New York. Got him! And there are 2 men away.
And you saw Mike Piazza moving in and out. Good pitching by John Franco and good catching by Mike Piazza. You got the first 2 strikes away, and look at him with the late target inside and right on the corner. Piazza frames the ball. And they get Jones inside with a good fastball.
After a long back-and-forth afternoon, maybe it's fitting. Franco against Andres Galarraga, who takes low 1-0. Galarraga in this game has been kept completely in check, 0 for 4, but he has hurt Franco before. Outfield a step the other way. A lot of room in left center. 1-1 to Galarraga.
He threw that ball by him in his wheelhouse. You mentioned early in the ball game, Galarraga has a propensity for striking out, even though he's one of the best hitters in the National League.
Which means if Franco can get ahead of him, Galarraga probably would have a little, if any, chance of seeing a fastball.
Yeah. Well, if Galarraga, as many times as he strikes out, that means he chases bad balls. So why give him anything to hit here?
The 1-1. Just off the inside corner.
Pretty good pitch from Franco. You saw the graphic a moment ago how well Galarraga does against Franco. Therefore, he's aware that Franco pitches out of the strike zone, and he pretty much lays off those balls.
We saw Galarraga can provide a lot of late magic for the Braves. Right here, it's 2-1 with 2 out. Off the plate, ball 3. Ryan Klesko due up next, but either because of how banged up he is or the fact that Franco is a left-hander, Javi Lopez, one of the Braves' best power threats, is on deck. And certainly that move makes sense, even if Klesko wouldn't like it. In the air, left field, this ought to do it. Tony Phillips is there. The Mets are right back in a tie with the Chicago Cubs for the wild card. John Franco works a 1-2-3 ninth. Edgardo Alfonzo ruined Rocker's day.
Rocker hung a slider to Alfonzo, and he hit it over the left field wall. So Edgardo Alfonzo with another big hit for the Mets.
And you saw Brian McRae appreciative of Alfonso's home run, because remember, it was a ball McRae really didn't pick up off the bat of Gerald Williams, which might have gone down as the pivotal hit in this game, a 2-run triple in the 6th inning, which tied the game. But in the end, the handshakes are shared by the Mets, and there's the biggest reason why.
Alfonso, and don't forget Luis Lopez, who had 4 RBIs in this game. So a big victory. I guess it could be termed an ugly victory if there's such a thing. The Mets losing a lead in this game and coming back. Alfonso hitting a hanging slider. Here's the last out of the ball game. Galarraga hitting the ball off the end of the bat to Tony Phillips. And the Mets have taken 3 of 4 from the Atlanta Braves.
When you're in a wild card race, they all look like the Mona Lisa.
And the Cubs lost their game in St. Louis today, so the Mets and the Cubs are tied for first in the wild card.
John Franco is giving the Mets what the Atlanta Braves have not gotten lately: dependable closing relief down the stretch. And so the Mets, now even with the Cubs, who lost to the Cardinals on the day that will be remembered throughout baseball for the one in which Mark McGwire hit his 61st home run. Bobby Valentine's concerned, though, his ball club. And the Mets have taken care of the Braves, winning the series 8-7 this afternoon.
Hi, I'd like to start getting home delivery of the Sunday New York Times.
Now you can enjoy Sunday even more by getting the New York Times delivered to your home every weekend. And when you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the Sunday New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things.
Uh-oh. Watch that, baby. Oh, man. 3rd home run of the night.
Runner going! There it goes! See you later!
There it goes! Number 25!
Number 31 on the year for Mark McGwire, halfway to the record.
On July 12th.
And I still truly believe if somebody got to 50 by September, they'd honestly have a real shot at trying to break this record. I have a shot.
Home run number 54. Where are you? Oh, my goodness.
I'd say there's a pretty good chance.
McGwire with number 55. Oh, a shot.
Number 56. And ties Hack Wilson's National League season record. National League home run record. Home run number 58. Make it 59.
Wake up, Babe Ruth. There's company coming. It's Mark McGwire with number 60.
There goes. Number 61. Is it there? Yes. And McGwire is alone with Roger Maris.
Parking is right. Here's the pitch, and McGwire drives one to deep left. This could be, it is a home run! Number 62 for Mark McGwire. A slice of history and a magical moment in St. Louis. A line drive home run to left for Mark McGwire of the St. Louis Cardinals.
behind us. Fastball hit deep to right. It could be it. Way back there.
Axel winds and fires. Big Mac. Swing and a shot into the corner. It might make it. There it is. 62, folks. It just got over the left field wall in the corner. And we have a new home run champion.
Hi again on a fat, historic sports center, back in the house with Rich Eisen. I am Stuart Scott.
Coming up, there's a new top dog in Cleveland, and I think that's all the other news we have. All season long, Mark McGwire lamented how he led Sports Center every night. So just what he always wanted, Stuart, an entire show dedicated to him and his Mauritian feet.
Yeah, we also get to say goodbye to our nightly graphic to see if McGwire is still on pace. Instantly, Mark Grace became a hyper little kid. As Mark McGwire rounded first after homer number 61, Grace put up his forearm, and Big Mac bashed it on the way by. Said, "Gracie, I just did what a million people wanted to do, be the first guy to give him a bang there." It was just one image among dozens, including Mike's heartfelt hug of his son, and salute to the Maris family that will be forever etched into our minds. And encore? Well, there's the whole matter of breaking the record. Here we go. Cubs, Cardinals, 36 years, 11 months, 8 days after Roger Maris hit number 61. McGwire and Sosa hoping to hit one out on the same day for the 21st time this year. That's where number 61 landed Monday. Everybody hoping for 62. Before the game, McGwire shaking hands with St. Louis legend and Hall of Famer Stan the Man. The family of Roger Maris grateful that their dad's mark is threatened by a class act. Tony La Russa at the game despite attending his mother's funeral earlier in the day. Top one, Sammy Sosa facing Kent Mercker, and Sosa been doing work all year. Hey, forget the 58 homers. Sosa's hitting .313 with an NL high 140 RBI. Cubs scored 2 in the inning. They're up 2-zip. Bottom one, McGwire's first at bat. Stuck at 61 homers. His son Matt looking on. But McGwire grounds harmlessly to Jose Hernandez, who throws him out at first. Still 2-zip Cubs. McGwire would have to wait. Home plate umpire Steve Ripley brings out specially marked balls for the occasion. Bottom four, Mark McGwire, 61, money time.
Traxel winds and fires. Big Mac. Swing and a shot into the corner. It might make it. There it is. 62, folks. It just got over the left field wall in the corner. And we have a new home run champion. A new Sultan of SWAT. It's Mark McGwire. He touches them all. Unbelievable.
341 feet, ironically his shortest home run of the year. Gary Gaetti, who got a hug from him at third base, the former Cardinal. Gary said he wanted to give me a hug, so I couldn't refuse. The guy doesn't know his own strength. He almost broke my back. McGwire ecstatic. Picks up his son Matthew. And that's just the first time he picked it up. He had to give his son another hug. Great moment. Does not want to let go. That's what it's all about. And then Sosa comes in from the outfield. And look what they do. First, they got to do the Cardinals.